We've all had times in our life where we're not feeling well. We're faced with a challenge when it comes to our physical health, or a family member is dealing with difficulties. A dear friend or a church member we know is faced with a very difficult situation. Where is God in those things? We know He says much about healing. He says to call on the elders, that we are to be anointed. And when it comes to healing, we often wonder, well, is God really healing, though? Is He really fulfilling His promises that He makes? Because we could go through and see how many times He does promise healing throughout His Word. I wonder if we always remember the perspective that Jeremiah had. Jeremiah had an interesting perspective when it came to the cure. In Jeremiah chapter 17 and in verse 14, he said something interesting. He said, "Heal me, O Lord, and I shall be healed. Save me, and I shall be saved, for you are my praise." Now, Jeremiah knew that God could heal him. But does that always point to the fact that He's going to make me feel well again? Does that mean that I'm going to be perfectly healthy? Or could it be that Jeremiah is pointing to something that's a greater truth? Maybe something we might miss sometimes when we're faced with those kinds of challenges. When Jeremiah said, "Heal me and I shall be healed," he connected being saved with that. Save me and I'll be saved. So I wonder if Jeremiah wasn't thinking about the bigger picture. If Jeremiah wasn't thinking about the mercy of our great God brings healing. And maybe it's not physical healing, but a healing of our mind. That we can look forward to a greater healing. That God gives us His grace. That we can be healed when it comes to sin. I wonder if that's not what Jeremiah had in mind when he said, "Save me." Because the ultimate healing is not the healing of our physical bodies. The ultimate healing is the saving that God can give us, the salvation that is found through God's great plan, through Jesus Christ. That's the ultimate saving. In fact, a couple of verses before this, he points to the different frame of mind that so often can get in the way for all of us. In verse 5, Jeremiah 17, he says, "Cursed is the man who trusts in man and makes flesh his strength." You see, even if we are physically healed at that time, is that where our power is? Is that where our hope is? It's not. It's not. I think Jeremiah had it right. The ultimate healing is through the mercy and grace that God gives us. And there is power in the salvation that we have in Jesus Christ. So when we're faced with a difficult challenge, let's remember the big picture. Let's remember the plan of God. And He does have healing for every single one of us. And it's found in His great plan. That's BT Daily. We'll see you next time.